Yo, welcome back everyone. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft video. I'll be honest, I've attempted to make this video a few times now, and I've hit bugs with Ars Magica every time. Well, one was a bug. I tried to summon the Water Guardian, tried multiple times, tried in the river biome and the swampland biome out there, and it just doesn't seem to work. So I've read up a bit, and apparently that's one of the bugs. Uh, we knew when we added Ars Magica to this particular server, we might run into problems as it's not actively developed anymore, and the bugs are just not going to get fixed from the sounds of it. So the other video I tried to start making was on the Calefactor because I wanted to use it to do some smelting, but of course they've changed the way the Nexus works now, and now you need this thing called an Obelisk instead. So today what I thought I might do is I would go over the turning an obelisk into a Celestial Prism, which is the equivalent of the Light Nexus, and hopefully in doing that we can get some ore smelting going on just using the power of sunlight, which is pretty handy. So there are a few things we need. So we're going to need some wizard's chalk to mark out some stuff. We are going to need a piece of moonstone. We're going to also need a mana focus to throw in there. We're going to need a light spell. As you can see, I've built myself a spell book, which you can see if you sneak right click. These are the spells I've made. So I have a light spell. You might notice I've swapped out the torches for these lights. So this is the light spell we'll need. I've got frost, got some lightning, the autumn leaves thing, which just trims the leaves off the trees. So I've done a bit of stuff since the last video. One of the things we're also going to need is some candles. Now these are pig fat, string, and witchwood blocks. So cool, we're going to need 4 of these. So that was another thing I had to find. I don't think these stack. No, they don't. So the pig fat, the pig fat was a bit interesting to try and find. So I've got this little pen over here with some pigs, and I've gradually been breeding them and killing them for pig fat. Luckily, it's not such a bad drop rate. So I've got my moonstone to throw in, I've got my mana focus to throw in, and I've got my wizard's chalk, and I've got my obelisk. So let's go and get this done. Let's find a spot. I think I can fit it here. So if I go for 1, 2, 3. Now it does make the ground pretty dark. Am I going to run out of chalk? No, I'm not. Perfect. I need the obelisk in the middle, I believe. And I need these torches, candles there, 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 and there. That should be it. So now I think I just need to throw that in, and I'll just run over the other side and get my light spell. No. This is not working. That needs to go in there. No, I want them to be... Alright, so... Okay, so this is clearly not working. So the Arcane Compendium, and again, I had to... Oh, flick of the... I had to sort of do some reading on this because my book hasn't opened up the rituals section. So I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to work. One of the things I've noticed though is we do need to shift click sometimes with this dig spell. So let's do that. And all that's done is made the light will fade. That's one thing I've noticed as well. Is a little bit buggy with the light spell doesn't seem to disappear all that easily. There we go, that's there. And I need to move this out probably. Shift. There we go. Okay, so you have to cast the light spell on the thing as well to get the Celestial Prism, and of course you can't shift click while it's in the spellbook, so we need to take it out of the spellbook. So there's our Celestial Prism. That's fantastic. So now we can do the runes around this to increase its power. The other thing that we can also do is we're going to need our crystal wrench. I've also got a Magitech staff, and I have 8 blocks of quartz all ready to go. So let's just give this a go. We need 4 bits of glass. Again, I haven't got the gold or the diamonds to get the higher powered version at this point. So I just have that, and let's get some stuff to smelt. Yellow gold. There we go. Gold, since we're short on gold. So yeah, I'm in two minds about this spellbook thing, just because you can't shift click with spells, and quite often you need to shift click with spells. So yeah, I might put some spells in there and put some of the shift clickable ones out. So I've got a charge focus as well as my calefactor, and this will just make the speed of it a bit faster. So let's go. Oh, that's sideways. That's weird. Very weird. Alright, so there's the calefactor. We need to get there, 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 there. How is our glass? Cool. That should be that. Now, if we get our staff, detected light essence. Look at that, charging with light essence. Awesome. So we go wrench there. That used to do a graphic, but it's not anymore. Oh, there's some stuff going around. And then we go there. Pairing successful. Look, we got some. Look at that, light essence is flowing into there. Now, we're going to put the charge focus in there. I'm going to make another 2 as well to make this thing run a bit faster. So let's put 1 gold in and see what happens. Okay, well the progress bar's... Okay, so the progress bar doesn't show up. That must be another bug. But the gold appeared pretty fast. So I might just do another very quick experiment. Because that was pretty fast. I need 1, 2, 3, 4... I need 6 of these. You know what? I'm going to smelt them in over here. Seeing as I can now. So let's take the gold out and smelt the sand. We might even get some doubling going on, so we put 6 in there. I'm going to need to use some more gold. I'm going to need some redstone. I'm going to need... Vintium? No, I don't think I need Vintium for this one. So let's see how sand is going. We have 5, so we haven't doubled at all. We're literally... Yeah, just going 1 for 1. Maybe it doesn't do it with sand. Maybe it's only ore doubling that it does. Oh, come on. It's probably low on power now. Okay, so we can take that anyway. You know what? I'm going to... Instead of running all the way back over, I'm just going to make another one of these right here. We need to get like that. Get 2 lesser foci. We need to build them into standard foci, and then I believe, there we go, charge focus. So we can put that in there. Now this is going to be fast, but it's going to use up the power really quickly. So what does the mana focus do for us? Now I do actually have those in here, items, foci. Charge focus, mana focus. Decrease the cost of operation. Oh, that's definitely what we need. Maybe we should have built 2 of those instead. I think we'll stick with 1 for now. So we do need some Vintium for that. So we're going to go for mana focus. Excellent. And then over here we have, I like things to be nice and symmetrical, so let's do that. And then let's have a look. How much have we got? We've got 100 light essence in there, and it's nighttime. That's not going to help us with one of these. So we'll very quickly sleep. Go back and have a look. Yeah, see, I can't get rid of that. I might put glass in this here so that we can see everything. How much have we got? We've got 100. Still 100. Maybe it only holds 100. And that's growing. Okay. So now we need to put the gold in there. Pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Alright, I'm happy with that. It's not ore doubling though, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I may end up scrapping this and going back to traditional machines, but for now this is a pretty good experiment. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this, although I'm going to take half of those out of there. Actually, more than that out. I'm not overly happy with the fact that that's not doubling, but that's okay. We can look at that later. We have smelting with magic. We've managed to make ourselves a Celestial Prism, and luckily it wasn't bugged. Obviously, if we upgrade these caps to Diamond, I think is the top one. We can do Moonstone caps, but then it'll only work at night, so I prefer it to work during the day. But we're all done. We've got our Celestial Prism, and everything is working. Yeah, so I think I might just leave the Ars Magica there. You know, I may make the upgraded armor. See, I've just made the mage hood, but there's the battle mage stuff. I noticed that the experience isn't going on these, so there might not be any point. So this might actually be the end of my Ars Magica experiment on this particular server. I think next time I might start looking at maybe some applied energistics, just because I really don't like storing stuff in lots and lots of chests anymore. And I'm not really a fan of massive rooms of these barrels anymore either. And applied energistics is pretty compact and nice, although I will need to sort some power and stuff out. I'll look at that in the next episode, I think. So anyway, there's our Celestial Prism. Our stuff has smelted. Again, no doubling, but you know, I don't know what we can do about that. Yeah. So anyway, I will see you next time, and as always, thank you very much for watching.